Alan, do you read me? Damn.
Oh my god, they got new staff on the cruise ship since we left.
Try the all-you-can-eat buffet.
We are Alan.
So, welcome to our new type of enemy, which is robots. Robots stagger way less than humans, as you might expect. They hit harder, their range is bigger. They're basically just very annoying.
It's weird that they're not P-Jacks.
Well,
2 P-Jacks would be insurmountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see what, like, an army of them did to Heihachi.
Yeah. But thankfully they still have rib cages, skulls, hearts, and so you can kill them just like you can kill everyone else with your focus attacks.
Wow, I guess, like, the Doctor just loved putting bones inside robots.
And you know what? Who can blame him? But yeah, usually only the end attack of a combo will stagger the robot enemies, so you definitely have to be a lot more careful, especially in large numbers. That's where it's, like, hardest to actually deal with them in comparison to, like, humans, where, like, you can kind of corral them all in the same way.
Humans are easy. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It kind of also seems like you can't really stagger them in the same way that you can, like, other enemies, right?
Yeah, like, certain weapons will do it, same as other enemies, but yeah, generally they just are way more hardy, take a lot more hits.
So are there, like, shorter combos you can do to try and stagger them? Like, any kind of functional strategy against them?
Oh. God, this is gonna be some hell of a Resident Evil puzzle.
Yeah. But, there are certain attacks that will stagger and some that won't, like some of your special moves. Your most effective way to deal with them, honestly, is to try to either, like, get them close enough that your attacks hit all of them, or do, like, dodge attacks out of the way. You can't dodge throw them. Robots you can't throw, which,
Makes
fucking
sense.
sucks. It makes sense, but I don't like it because I like throwing enemies. But if you do, like, the dodge kicks, that's, like, a pretty effective way to deal with them, so that, like, they do their attack as they're recovering, you can start doing actual combos on them.
Actually, I take it back. If I was fighting a Roomba, I could just throw it like a frisbee, and that would be pretty cool.
Right. Maybe, if this were made today, it could be possible that there would be, like, Roombas that you could only hit on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But so, also, since we last got here, there are new doors that we need a new key card to access, so our thumbprints are no good anymore.
Oh my god, they changed all the locks.
Yeah. Yeah, for us specifically. I don't know what it is, but they really hate Tekken's Nina Williams.
She does seem kind of rude.
Yeah, she did just burst in through the window on this one. Like, I understand why the robots attacked her, right? Like, yes, she was invited onto the ship, but now she's crashing it, and that's not cool anymore.
Listen, if Nina Williams came into my home and, like, broke my arm, like, I would get, like, 5 of my friends together to slowly be whittled down by her.
Yeah, no, I agree. I get it. But yeah, I would say that when fighting the robots, the most valuable weapons are stun batons, because all of those hits will still stagger them because they're robots, and guns, just so you don't have to be next to them.
So, like, I have a question. You have, like, a counter in this game, right?
You have a certain number of counters, yeah, or parries, yeah.
Can Torps do it? No.
I did one. Grow up.
Okay, so it isn't, like, as effective against the robots?
No. There are a lot of... Well, because the big counter I can think of is a throw. So, it just doesn't work anymore.
Is that the one where you got hit like 15 times trying to do it?
Yeah. Yeah. But, so you may remember this before. We sent the drone through here before to get a look in on that meeting where all the people had died. and a guy was hitting all of the buttons here to move the bookshelves. Now it's our turn. And yes, we do have to go to this camera angle to watch it happen every time.
Hell yeah.
We would get confused otherwise.
It's true.
See, we wouldn't have known there was a thing there.
It's true, yeah, if the camera weren't there. Don't worry, we're moving the second row, and again, you won't be able to see it because the first row is in the way.
They didn't have the budget to show that.
No, now this is part of the puzzle. Now it's about, cognitive awareness.
That's right, it's about memory. So you can see this one moves. Yeah, we're doing this so we can do a quick 2-for-1. First, we found Alexi's keycard that he was searching for that whole time.
I probably didn't see it because of the camera angle.
Yeah. They just don't, look, they don't budget for good camera angles for security anymore.
I mean, you don't really need the proper security cameras anymore, really, because you can pretty much always assume that if something has happened in a room, it's because Nina Williams has come in and murdered everyone and stolen everything.
Right. Yeah, you get the idea that, they're only concerned about Nina Williams now. There's really no other concerns on this cruise ship.
Yeah, it's kind of redundant, really.
Yeah.
You call insurance, tell them it's Nina Williams, and they just say, well, yeah, hey.
That's your problem, man.
Yeah. That premium's going up, buddy.
Yeah. So, by putting the card in the computer, we get a blue key card, which allows us access to new areas.
A lot of people think that Titanic, it was sunk by the iceberg, but actually, it was Tekken's Nina Williams.
That's right. Anyways, there's some enemies in here. They'll attack you if you go through the mirror, but I thought it would just be easier to just shoot them through there.
Yeah, that's actually how those musicians went down.
Yeah. No, that's true spy shit right there.
Whoa, iPad, does it have games?
We'll check it out in just a minute.
It has that app where you have a beer glass and you can tip it over so it looks like you're drinking the beer, but it's very big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're doing Das Boot.
Yeah.
That's right. So I hope we're all fans of the Shakespearean Society here. Hopefully you're able to recognize what play that comes from, because it'll be important for this puzzle with the international code flags.
Much ado about nothing.
Is it the one where the guy eats his daughter?
Yes. No, so we have to hit the flags for Romeo and Juliet on this pad.
Cool.
So
Italy and Italy.
Yep.
I do wish it was Titus Andronicus.
Man, could you imagine the attitude of your office if you had a Titus Andronicus painting on your wall?
Listen, this is what I strive for. This is why I'm always in the rat race is my job, which I have.
Right.
So, I'm not gonna say which LP it is, but there is a Macbeth for Let's Play, and we always have to refer to it as the Scottish LP.
It's true.
It brings bad luck to recordings.
That's right. If you say it wrong, an evil fairy will possess you and make you go crazy.
They'll take out all the audio from your gameplay recording, or
That's
make
right.
it run at a bad frame rate.
They'll make it stutter in a way that makes it really hard to resync.
Mm-hmm.
Oberon will come out and literally kill one of your co-commentators.
Whoa!
Or they'll just make it hard for you to parry enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have now gained the medallion used for shipboard emergencies. And to get the keys, we have to go find various model sailboats around the ship. But the medallion doesn't work unless it's in extreme temperatures. So we also have to go find locations on the ship with extreme temperatures that will allow the medallion to take shape so that we can use it as a key to open up the sailboats.
Okay, so we're not even, really making any kind of pretense about this being MGS2 anymore.
Well, I think that this is smart. It's like how you have to have two guys to press the nuclear buttons. You don't want to just like accidentally like set off the emergency stuff. So having to bring one and put it into a freezer and then put it into the model sailboat, that just makes sense.
Right, and then you have to take it to the sauna to get it hot enough.
Mm-hmm. Because like 30 times, like before they had the system in place where you had to do both, some guy would just accidentally bring it to the walk-in freezer and then go put it in the thing without realizing it. Right. And now that you have to bring it to like the fucking furnace, now it doesn't happen as much. You know, it still happens sometimes, but
yeah. So again, the thing about range, you see that I dodged backwards on that attack, but that punch extended so far and lasted so long, it still hit me after the dodge. Robots are a pain in the ass.
I did love the image of Nina Williams just doing like a full like double backflip and still getting hit in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I really like that you can see like his bolts. Like he just ate a big old fucking like a wrench for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. But he did.
I love their little like stiff arm run. It reminds me of like my 3-year-old nephew when he tries to run.
He might be a robot.
So Chirps, whenever they do that charge-up punch, do they also track you sideways, or?
They can track you a little bit while they're charging up, but not as much, right? Like, they do kind of turn with you, but at kind of a slower speed. But as you can hear, the music's still playing because, like, basically when you proc one robot on a floor, all of the rest of them start procking and start running at you. Currently the music is playing because I think one procced on another floor because of like a jump I did or like something I did to kind of get in its range and it can't find its way down.
Oh.
So yeah,
okay.
you don't actually need those cameras like we talked about earlier. It's just like pure intuition.
Yeah,
they just knew.
Like for a robot, yeah, it's all vibes based. Thankfully, there are still regular enemies on board that I can do more fun things with.
I wish these guys had like their balaclavas and tactical gear, but they were just wearing little chef hats.
Yeah, we never meet the staff, and I think that's a real shame.
I think it's like a Mother Base or Outer Heaven or whatever in Metal Gear Solid 5, where it's just like everybody wears like the little balaclavas.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, so every item has respawned. Guns, random food drops. Everything here is as it was before.
Yeah, like the cleaning staff came by and was like, oh, somebody messed with the gun. I have to put a new one in there.
But yeah, so you make it to the freezer, and here's your medallion. It's a Chimera now. Now, bold of me to ask, does anyone remember where the sailboat with the Chimera inscription is?
Yeah, it's around.
Okay, yeah. No, you don't have to tell me. I just want to know. I just want to know that I can trust you guys.
It's in my house, and to get to it, Nina Williams has to break my arm and beat 5 of my friends.
Oh man.
I'm honestly surprised they like tell you that it changed colors and it's not just like something you're supposed to like go in your inventory and check to see if it actually worked.
Yeah, I guess the problem with that is that it only seems to change once you're far enough in, so it kind of lets you know like, oh, you've hit the threshold.
Well, it's just not cold around the edges.
Right, that's where it's still too warm from the outside.
See, it's not actually a freezer, it's a big microwave, so in the middle, it's always ice cold.
Right. So as you can hear, that robot's still kind of after us, but again, can't travel between floors to attack us. The one benefit, though, is that in a number of areas, robots just stop spawning. Like, humans kind of spawned forever in most locations in the previous time we were here. thankfully, the robots are a little more kind about that.
I imagine they realized that robots seem to require a lot of, like, resources, to fight, and they don't drop any, right?
They don't drop weapons, really, but they more frequently will drop, like, medium-sized meal kits. So they do give you some amount of HP back, but yeah, I think you're right in that it's, like, the amount of resources and time spent fighting those guys just doesn't make sense to have to do over and over in that way, given that you have to explore the entire ship anyways.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of curious about, like, the ship, and I guess in some way this might ruin the gameplay experience in the future. But, are you actually getting into new areas in the ship for this part, or is it mostly a retread?
It is a partial retread, but there are new locations available.
Like, this hallway's new, right?
Yeah, we never made it to the basement floor here, but this leads back to the outside of the ship, which we have been on before. But our goal in getting these keys is to get to a new location on the ship.
I wouldn't... normally basements don't lead to the outside of anything, so I was very surprised by that.
Well, that's the beauty of the cruise ship. See, you go to the basement so that you can go up one set of steps. So these two robots will just attack you as soon as you get up. Like, they started making the noise like they're charging for an attack before they even spawned on screen, like while it was still fading in from black.
Cool.
And unfortunately, these guys will always show up. There will always be two guys hanging out here if you see a screen transition.
They were hanging out in the hot tub until you got here.
Yeah, I probably ruined, like, something they were doing, but...
They were on vacation.
I mean, they were ruining themselves by being in a hot tub.
That's true.
It's always so wild to see a mirror in a video game.
Yeah, video games have really come a long way. So, again, as we all remember, the ship with the Chimera key needed is in Lana Lei's room.
Oh,
yeah, but
right.
I totally knew this, right?
Right. Or series of rooms. I guess she has a much nicer suite than I think anyone else on here.
Okay, I think I remember where the other one is now. It's like in a lobby.
Yes.
Even for someone who did not remember it, it does make a lot of sense, because you're gonna want to go into this office anyway, right? Because that's the person you're looking for.
Yeah, so, like, not only does it kind of give you that because it's a larger location, but it also connects to a number of other places that, like, are pretty big on this ship. So I think that you're going to end up here, regardless.
I feel like I could very easily imagine accidentally just leaving the talisman in the slot and not remembering to pick it back up and running around and just being like, why can't I get a new talisman?
I believe it does it automatically, but it shows it like it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, that could easily happen, yeah. Like, the idea of you not picking it up automatically seems very strange. Anyways, I hope you guys are excited for robots, because we're coming up to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A lot of them.
Oh, wow.
Enough so that the frame rate really is not...
More robots than frames.
This seems like a problem.
Yeah, so we get another Ripper Blade. This you cannot avoid. If the enemy starts an attack while you're picking it up, you just can't dodge it. Anyways, so there's a new Ripper type. You can see they've got swords, they've got the Ripper Blades, and they also have hands they can shoot out. But this is a optional gauntlet. It only spawns if you pick up the Ripper Blade, and you have to fight, I think it's like 30 of these guys.
Oh my god.
But only 3 of them will attack you at a time.
But how generous.
Yeah, so the Ripper Blade, one of the best physical attacks in the game. As you can see, it staggers them. It has a 3-hit combo, so it goes through, and it's just got a huge range. So, your percentage goes down with every hit, but if you hit multiple enemies with one hit, it only counts as one use. So it's a super durable and really effective weapon, especially in groups like this.
Yeah, that's just like the Bushido efficiency.
Yeah, of course.
But so you get into this massive fight to get this weapon and then have to use the weapon to get through this fight. So do you get anything else from this?
You do, but it does require you to kill all of them. So
Do you
we'll see it in a
Can
bit.
I guess what you get? Is it a single gold coin?
It's not. You know what? I can tell you this: it is not one of the gold coins. Yeah. So as you can see, the stun baton's really the highlight. The other thing to keep track of is you can really take advantage of the invincibility you get while you do a focus attack, because you can just watch them do their entire attack animation and then attack them, and then it's you just got through everything.
I like that the Ripper Blade does as much damage as one bar of your focus.
That's just how you know it's efficient, and why Dr. Bosconovich probably got moved, right? It's oh, you made too efficient a weapon. We need you to be doing something else instead of just building these stupid robots.
This whole game you've been struggling with I've got too much inventory, too many weapons. This takes care of that.
It does. I appreciate it.
So, I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of these robots, not for gameplay reasons, but because they don't have the stupid jack dance.
No, I can understand that, absolutely, yeah.
Sometimes their fists do spin around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But none of them have done the H pose and flown into the sky yet.
Right. We did it for a fingerprint.
Hell yeah. Robot fingerprint.
That's right.
Is that a character we know, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
So here we have a fingerprint that leads us to a locker that has a gold coin inside.
I don't think it has a gold coin inside. It probably has an essential oil, maybe a medium-sized one.
They should have given us Lucas's golden prince.
Oh, that would have been cool. Unfortunately, we just had to pull it off of his dead body.
Miss him.
I miss him too. So the thing about these late game lock boxes is on New Game Plus, instead of holding something that is only vaguely useful, say a machine gun suitcase, it'll contain a version of a weapon with infinite ammo or durability.
Huh.
And so you end up with here's an infinite katana, here's an infinite SMG, eventually you get an infinite ray gun. And I guess for New Game Plus, it's supposed to, kind of trivialize some of the encounters you have.
Right. It's like the Leon, in Resident Evil 4, he gets the Chicago typewriter or whatever.
Yeah. So anyways, we did all this ultimately because we had to go to the boiler room to heat up the medallion so that it shows a unicorn.
Oh, this is supposed to be a hot room?
Yeah, because if we keep going, first of all, there's enemies. I don't want to fight them. But we are in a boiler room, so there's just a bunch of steam shooting everywhere.
Well, not in that part of it. It just kind of looked like a normal room, so you could have had wavy lines or something.
Yeah. Or just you hear the bark of a soldier who's in there, just this is so hot and refreshing. I love all the steam coming off of this equipment.
When you open the door, it's just a close-up on Nina Williams sweating.
Yeah. She goes, damn, it's hot. And that's a whole cutscene that they have to load with 2 loading screens.
Yeah. It does the entire, Sears, air conditioner commercial. It's you'll call them today.
So we have to go through this room again, and we can stealth our way pretty well. Except, if you remember, the guy at the end of this hall, down the stairs, is looking in our direction, which does not give us a lot of options to make it out without another fight. Unless... he's too dead to notice us.
I was like, is this some like speedrun tech? Is Chorp's gonna clip through the wall?
No, I shot him with a gun. So this shows the power of the Magnum. It killed a robot in 2 hits, and it kills basically every human enemy in 1. It only has 8 bullets in it, which understandable because it's insane.
Yeah.
But it's a good way to get out of having to do some stealth.
Yeah.
So we have to get prepped. So you remember here, this lobby before was filled with an infinite number of spawning human enemies.
Sure, I remember that.
And it's kind of the same this time.
I don't remember that.
Except it's filled with infinite spawning robots.
Oh my
Cool.
god.
So if you clear out all the robots in this room, the next time you come in, they're here again. So I've decided to instead ignore them entirely. And they're kind enough to let me do it. Look, they're watching. They're seeing what happens too.
Well, they love the fish.
Right. That's the one piece of humanity still in them.
Oh no, we're killing
no,
the
fish.
fish!
You know, I hadn't realized, no, all the water goes away. Maybe there's like maybe there's like water underneath that they go into.
They weren't
I really
actually
hope.
fish, they were just JPEGs.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easier. Anyways, we're gonna ignore them again. I'm not dealing with this.
Oh my god, there's so... Do those all come to life when you beat the other ones?
Yeah, it's kind of like the other room where every time you beat like 2 of them, 2 more come alive.
Jesus.
And again, I'm not dealing with that. Anyways, we now have all the keys. And previously, we saw a clue on a statue that said that, you know, we have to insert Orpheus into the piano. So now we have all the pieces to get in, because previously we also looked at the piano and said it required 2 keys to open, which we now have. I tried to snipe this guy so I wouldn't have to do the fight in this area, but unfortunately he's too far away.
I think it's because of the high ground.
Probably. Nina just doesn't know how to shoot up.
Yeah, she's straight edge.
Yeah. You also see that, like, on a lot of angles, you just can't jump over the guys,
Yeah,
which also makes it harder to dodge.
they're too tall.
Yeah, I guess so. They're like a head taller than Nina. I guess that would be kind of difficult.
They're like 3 heads taller than Nina.
Yeah.
They're like a future friend height.
Yeah.
I'm actually not that tall.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
Well, what we don't know is that Nina Williams is actually only 3 apples high.
Oh, okay, right. Everything's actually very small in the Tekken world.
Mm-hmm. It actually takes place in the same universe as Katamari.
Oh. Does that mean that we're gonna... I guess in another game, which character in Tekken would have, like, 30 weird cousins?
I think Paul, probably. Like, they all have a different crazy haircut.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I can believe that.
Do you have to know how to play piano to solve this one?
You do not. You instead have to go and press the switch at the base of this statue.
Oh. Guess that's a
Because-
little easier. Oh,
There's a laser shooting down with a series of letters on it. Currently it's not right, though, so we have to hit the button again.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Look, it's the little things in this game. It's the anticipation.
I love solving, like, a puzzle right next to, like, just a big robot.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. I don't remember exactly where you have to hit in this map for them to activate, but I'm happy that I don't have to deal with them.
If you play the piano wrong, they get really mad.
Right. So, as multiple clues have said before, we have to just spell out Orpheus.
Asim Noper Dust sucks.
Yeah, I hate seeing political slogans in my games.
Yeah, I'm not really like a piano guy, but I don't think that there's like an O key.
No. Also, this bit and the piano, everything reminds me very much of Clock Tower 3.
Oh, I was thinking of like D.
You know,
Yeah.
same vibes. So we have found the secret elevator to the Moor basement of the cruise ship, which we will explore next time.
Chirps, that's where you live, right?
Yeah.